Morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly, and we are Real Estate Jerky Daily. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. What do you got to say, Blair, Mike?
I got nothing. I got things. Actually, I got lots of things. It's kind of an interesting weekend.
What's going on? Well, first of all, how was your Turkey Day?
Turkey Day was a lot of fun. We had not like a second Friendsgiving. Went over to a friend's place. All our kids live in Colorado, so wished them happy thanks, and went over to a friend's place and had some amazing food and played some games and had a great time. What about yours?
We just went to the cabin, got away from everybody. And normally I cook a turkey, I brine it the whole thing. And the night before, and this time Marsha's like, I just bought a half of a turkey from Costco. The whole thing. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. So we shoved that in the oven. Yeah. And the difference was most of the time people don't put a sensor in the turkey, right? I did. Yeah. So we put a sensor in it so it would cook right what it's supposed to be. It was like the best turkey. I'm like, we need to do this next year because it was so much easier.
Was that good?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was so much easier too.
We had a buddy, a friend of the family that did a
fried.
Deep fried.
Yeah.
So that was some good turkeys. That was really good.
I hear a lot of people do that, but my biggest thing is just because it's fried and the mess afterwards with the oil and everything.
Yeah, I don't know what they did with it.
And they refined it and put in their diesel.
They probably did. They're probably running the truck off of it right now.
I'm a little red today, and you're a little.
I'm a little green. You're a little red. Hey, we're almost Christmas.
Yeah, there we go.
Geez, it's the 27th of November.
I can't believe where we are.
It seems like yesterday you said I do for being president of our Modesto Sunrise Rotary, which was in June, right?
Well,
later June.
I do said was like
July,
4 months before that.
yeah, exactly.
But I took over supposedly July 1st
because we're fiscal.
Correct. And so that means it's almost 5 months on December 1st. Or we're into 4 months right now.
Yeah. Like
first quarter.
Yep. Gone.
Yep. 3 quarters to go.
Craziness.
It's like the Broncos. We do really well in the last 5 games or game.
Did you guys win yesterday?
Yeah, we won barely.
Really pay attention.
Barely by 15 points.
Who'd you play?
Somebody.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't. As long as we win, who cares?
Yeah, I didn't really watch.
That's why I'm wearing my Broncos thing today.
Oh,
so I'll only wear it when they win. So if I'm not wearing it on Monday, they lost, or they're playing.
Oh, they're playing Monday night.
Yeah, they already did their Monday night. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else we got? There's a bunch of stuff out there. Not. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are asking, have we hit bottom in existing home sales, right? That's what everybody keeps asking.
Yeah.
Is rates going to do anything? Well, there's just a line that I read. It said, where the 10-year yield goes, so does housing demand.
And where's the 10-year?
It's been coming down, but before it went way up. And so that's why we saw a lower demand.
Well, here's the sad thing. Some people are lucky enough to figure to hit it at the right time, but you never know when you've hit bottom until it starts going up.
Right.
And the same thing, you never know when you've hit the top until it's already starting to decline. So where's the 10-year yield now?
It's coming down. It's been coming down. I mean, it's even down a little bit today. We were up like 25 basis points at the start this morning. We're up about 17 right now. Let me find out exactly where we are at the 10-year. It's like 4 something, because we got it as high as almost over 5 for a short period of time there. And that's not, sorry, everything's a little slow this morning like me. Boy, that pool was really cold. There's frost out there and everything. Yeah. So we're at 4.443.
Okay.
All right. So we were as high as 5 over 5.
Okay.
And that's why we got our rates to over 8%. Our rates have actually come back down, and they're just bouncing this little trough right now. Because they don't really, they're waiting on some amazing news. There is a bunch of news this week.
Whether or not it's amazing.
Well, you have new home sales, right? Actually, impending home sales data. New home sales actually just came out, and I just had it here, but I changed it to something else because you want to know where the bond was. New home sales, which measures signed contracts on new homes, fell 5.6% in October to a 679,000 unit annualized pace. We did see rates go to 8% at that time in October, which had a clear impact. And that's what everybody's saying. It's the inventory and everything that's going on is based off of rates right now. And it's going to depend on where we go from here. And that's what a lot of people want to know, where we're going to go next year. Well, the question is, are we still going to have a bunch of people in this industry next year?
Well, probably won't.
Or they'll have a second job.
Yeah.
This will be their second job.
Yeah. You won't be able to get a hold of them as easily.
Well, most people want evenings and weekends anyway.
Yeah. Kind of.
It just depends.
I like to work during the day.
I'm just saying most sellers, remote buyers,
and buyers,
they always call you at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night and want to talk to you.
Or their lunch hour.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's not that big of a deal. But where was I going with new home sales? So we have jobs reports this week, right? But not JOLTS, not your favorite one.
My favorite is JOLTS.
It's usually on Friday, but but because of the holiday, it's pushed to next week.
Okay.
So if you look at all this stuff, for next year, it's all going to depend on, and I read an article that said it depends on, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right?
The one with the cigarette.
The issue is next year, depending on if rates go down and you see a buyer demand before a seller increase, you're going to see values go up a lot faster.
Mm-hmm.
But if you see sellers start to put more houses on the market next year and the buyer demand isn't there because rates haven't dropped yet, then you're going to see potentially in some areas a drop in price in the beginning of the year.
Yeah, typical.
Yeah. But again, we had Friday, the best Black Friday spendings in years.
We did?
Yes. Yeah. It was over $9 billion, 9 point something billion. What did I say about Christmas?
That it was going to be less.
Well, I said, if it's good, if it's amazing sales, watch rates go up in the beginning of the year.
Right.
Because they're going to see that, hey, the demand out there for these people are just, they keep spending and spending. And so, but if we see unemployment happen because, the whole December, this is the last quarter of the year, and we got to get rid of these people before next year, and let's let them go, then that could be a totally different thing.
Right.
So what does that mean?
It doesn't mean much of anything to me because it could go either way.
That's correct. We have a 50-50 chance. I actually think so. The most rates will go down to, they're thinking next year, into next year.
Yeah.
Rates are going to be in a drop between 6 to 6.5. Okay. We're going to be in these rates for very much longer, people. So don't wait. And because I'm going to wait till rates come down.
Yeah.
To get in the fives, you're probably going to be 2020 into 2025 into 2026. That's 2 years from now.
Yeah.
A year and a half to 2 years.
Talking to my youngest son Thanksgiving Day, and he was talking about interest rates and how he's never going to be able to afford a home. And I said, come on, you read the book. You said you felt more confident. He says, yeah, but this damn government, the rates they're just going to be here forever. And I said, nothing's forever. And historically, 7.67% is the interest rate across the nation for years and years and years on average. I said, I know prices are higher, but you're better off trying to buy something now, whatever it is. Buy something now that fits your family. Buy it now. Remember, I can give you my referral fee, so there's some money there. Come on, I'm trying to get him into a home because
before it goes crazy.
I really feel that he's going to have to make $200,000 a year next year to be able to buy an entry level home in Colorado. If he doesn't buy something, I mean, it's almost impossible to buy something this year for him.
Well, and
but he's probably got a couple of months leeway after the first of the year.
Well, the problem is going to be next year if the demand comes back. And the reason why I say if,
right,
because there has been record levels of new apartment constructions, right, and in certain areas, and it's led to some rent declines and concessions for renters. And so some of those renters will go, I'm not going to buy because I have such an easy, quick deal here. And I was talking to a friend of mine in Dallas, and that's the same thing in Dallas. They constantly have people who move from one apartment to the next apartment every year to get these 3 months, 2 months off, and all this move in stuff. And they constantly, that's what they do, move every year. That's kind of what we're seeing. We haven't overbuilt on the multifamily, but we have had a lot more come onto the market than we were expecting, I think.
Yeah. You think?
Well, that's what it said. I've been reading. So again, it's going to depend on who comes first, buyer or a seller. Yeah. Move on. Yeah.
Quickly.
Yeah.
Quickly. Hey, listing inventory. I'm looking, it'll be interesting to see the numbers on Wednesday, but I felt like there were quite a few new listings on the market after Thursday. And that could be, all that. Let's,
Pent up.
we want to have the family here. Let's do that. And then have it hit the market right afterwards.
We want to tell the family we're selling the house before we put
Yeah,
on
we want to break it to them that we're moving to Guam.
Here, you guys all full and drunk? Okay, we're moving.
Yeah, we're moving, and we never really liked any of you. So interesting. I got an offer on a new listing, been on the market 2 days, and the next day I got the text from the potentially going to be the selling agent. My buyers have reconsidered and would like to withdraw their offer. Okay,
because they had to look at payments before they wrote their offer.
There's a myriad of things, and I do love conjecture. It could be that just freaked out that, oh my gosh, we may be buying a house. We can't do this right now. And it's fine. It'll sell anyway.
Right. But the problem is, once you didn't take it, you didn't put a pen in yet. Right?
No. I didn't even present. I mean, it was the weekend.
Holiday.
It was Saturday, late afternoon when I got the offer, and I knew that I have 6 siblings to talk to. So it's
in this deal.
It's an estate sale, and I thought it's after that. I'll talk to him Monday. And see if something else comes in as well. Good, not a bad offer, but right. I think I'm going to conjecture that the people are just like freaked out. We're actually buying a home.
Well, and then I would relook at it, because if you overall the inventory nationwide, right?
Yeah.
The numbers for last week, and it has to do with the fact that it's a holiday week. But our inventory nationwide fell from 569,898 to 565,875.
Wow!
So went
over almost $4,000,
something like that. Yeah. And if you look at the same week last year, that was total inventory was 564,000. So we were actually a little bit above last year's inventory, which there wasn't a lot last year.
Also. No, well, that's why we had so many overbids and so many people scrambling. Right. Because interest rates are better.
Well, they weren't that much. No, they were 6.5.
I know, but they felt stable, and they didn't feel like, oh crap, they're going to go up, next week, the next day.
That's the thing, is rates went up right after that. And
right.
So, we did have a lull where rates was high, and then it came down to 6.5, and everybody jumped in and they were like, oh, let's do it before it goes up. And they went back up. But if you look at the active listings in like 2015, 1.14 million.
Right.
So we're still half of what we normally have.
Yeah.
That is the problem. We're going to be here for a very long time. And so if you're waiting for more inventory, there's going to be more inventory next year, but just nowhere close to the norm. This is the norm that we're going to be in. So understand that we're going to have limited inventory. Rates will come down a little bit, and you're going to have buyer demand. What does that mean? House values are going to continue to go up. So if you want to buy and get into this market, you need to hurry up and move.
Yeah.
I know everybody's like, we're tired of hearing you say that. I don't know how else to say it, but that's where we're at.
Well, what we're trying to let you know is, don't make the mistake of not acting now, because it's a huge mistake. Now, let's say you can't afford it next year and you pay $200,000 more for the home. Great. That's fantastic.
200,000 more.
I'm just picking a number.
Right.
And we do know that once we do go into the recession, that traditionally interest rates will drop a little bit. All that pent up demand that's been sitting on the fences will come back into the market, and prices are going to go through the roof again. So, that's the bubble.
Let me give some numbers.
Yeah.
All right. So typically, first time home buyers are buying the houses around 31 years old in the past, right? But the oldest millennials right now, so this is what they're looking at fundamentals for 2024.
Okay.
The oldest millennials are now in their early 40s. Shocking, huh?
Yeah.
But the age of the
stay so young?
I don't know. It's genetics. The age of the first time home buyer now is 36, and it's the highest on record. On average, it's 31.
Wow.
Homeowner rates for this, they called the cohorts, are significantly lower than the prior generations for millennials, like Gen Xers, right?
Okay.
So if millennials were homeowners at the same rate as Gen Xers, that would be somebody like my age, or young boomers, that'd be somebody like your age. We would have another 740,000 homeowners trying to get into the market.
Yeah.
That's
a lot.
And that is a significant amount of pent up demand, which is waiting, for the stuff to drop in rates and see more inventory in 2024 is what they're doing. Think about that. That's a lot more. That is a huge peloton.
Yeah. Yeah. that will swallow you up.
Well, just think about, well, now I got a higher interest rate
Mm-hmm.
than I want, and I got to pay 20,000 to 25,000 over asking. I have to release all my contingencies. It's just one of those things where it's a perfect storm again for sellers.
For sellers. Yeah.
For buyers, it's horrible, but, and I don't mean that in the wrong. It's just, you have no control over what the numbers are going to be. You just have to understand that's just the way it's going to be.
Right. And for buyers right now, depending on the deal, depending on what they offered, where they are, they may get some concessions. They may get some concessions. Right now, it's not a given. 2.5 months ago, it was pretty much a given you were going to get some concessions. Right now, not so much.
I just want to throw in some other news. Be careful out there. Cybersecurity attacks are happening all over, and especially in our industry.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't understand. Fidelity National Financial, which is the title company, they had a major one, and it stopped. This was last week. They put this out on Tuesday information, but of course, it doesn't get out to everybody else until this week. They had issues where for title insurance, escrow, and other related, which is real estate and mortgage industry issues that we had. Also, Mr. Cooper suffered a cyber attack in late October and forced the company to shut down certain technology systems for over 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mr. Cooper's got my stuff.
They have a lot of stuff. A lot of people
do.
sell to them, which is, everybody's like, oh, it was a dumb name. Who cares about the name?
Yeah,
so long story short, be careful out there. And make sure when you're wiring money, you double check where you're wiring the money to. I know it can become standard for us to say this and here, make sure you have this, but still, they're still trying to do stuff.
Most title companies want to have you on the phone while you're doing it.
Right. But so they don't do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Wait till you talk to them. And again, one last thing I want to bring up about, again, we talked about this last week a couple times about the veterans. If you're behind on your payment, if you are facing foreclosure, reach out to the Department of Veterans Affairs, because they stopped all foreclosure for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
So understand that. So if you're in that position, don't put your head in the sand. Like you said last week, get out there, talk to your servicer, talk to the VA,
and work something out.
Well, they're supposed to put all the things for 12 months of payments to the end of the loan, truly to the end of the loan, not like they talk about. So you don't have to, it's called a partial pay. Same thing they can do on FHA. So when you go to refinance or you go to sell it, you pay that off. And it's supposed to have been automatic, but there was all these people who came to the table in November of 2022 in their 12-month period. And they're like, oh, that sailed. We're not doing that anymore. So that people start getting ready to lose their homes.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're going to come and fix it, but don't hold your breath. Don't wait for them to call you. Call them, because I complain about the VA all the time and how they help service members. The veterans, they don't really help them very much.
No.
So be careful. Don't wait. Get out there.
Yeah, you got to be proactive.
Very much so. Again, budget reports coming out this week. We talked about, so we had new home sales today. Tomorrow we have Case Shiller, FHFA, and Wednesday is mortgage apps, and the third quarter GDP second read. It's one of those stories that puts you to sleep. They read it to you at night. And then Thursday is your personal consumption expenditures, PCE. And initial jobless claims.
Yeah, we talked about PCE on Friday.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it stood for on Friday. It wasn't Friday, it was Wednesday. I was already on vacation.
Felt like Friday.
Mode. Yeah, well, it was technically.
That was last week's Friday.
Yeah. And so ISM manufacturing is on Friday, which we're not going to have the JOLTS report this week. That is next week. I know you're going to have to wait. I know you love that report, but that's just how.
I'm going to be so sad.
Now, basically, these numbers are just, we're like a broken record. We're saying the same thing over and over again. We're looking at the reports. We're looking at the numbers. They're saying the same thing. And that same thing is stop waiting.
Yeah.
And here's the issue. It's really, and you got to explain this to your clients, and it's really hard to explain it to your clients. And I'll give you a story. Once upon a time, I'm just kidding.
Back in the 60s.
No, so in the last 2 weeks, had a borrower who had access to this property. There was issues with it. They're worried about paying too much for it. All this stuff. So they're going back and forth, and they're taking their time. And then someone scoops in and writes and actually takes it away from them.
Okay.
What I'm getting at is, in this market, it doesn't matter if you have $5,000 in repairs, your value of your home over the next few months is probably going to weigh up more than that.
You think?
Yeah. Pent up. So supply and demand, go back to school 101.
Yeah.
Values are going to continue to go up. We might have a little drop in the first of the year, or we can't hit certain numbers like we used to. That's normal for the first part of the year.
Yeah.
But after March, they're going to, we're going to see numbers and we're going to continue to go up. And people might get excited about the election and things changing and all that fun stuff. But it doesn't change if you don't vote.
Exactly. Get off your butt. Hell, you even got
if not, they'll take. Don't worry, they'll come and pick up your ballot for you and vote the way they want.
Yeah, and stuff.
But anyway,
hey, did you know there's a freeze warning in effect?
Yeah, I know. I was in the pool this morning. It was when I saw the frost on everything. I was like, "Holy cow, this is going to be cold!" And it was one of the coldest ones so far this year.
Oh, was it icy on the top?
No, the pump was going. I couldn't get it to shut off. So I think it was stuck. It got stuck, so I went and turned it off and turned it back on.
A lot of times in the newer pumps, they'll have a freeze protector, so the pump will turn on so water's moving.
Oh, okay.
So nothing can freeze.
Gotcha.
So
maybe that's why it wouldn't let me shut it off.
Exactly.
And then I went and turned
it's too cold.
Yeah. Well, maybe it just broke. Oh no, we're 38. It won't freeze now.
No.
Yeah. Did not know that. Thanks for that information.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little feature that they have.
No wonder why I was going because one of the things if you're going to use your pool, as I was telling somebody else about this, you want to turn your pump on so the water's circulating so that your body can't build up that warm barrier around you like by shivering. And I know everybody's like, you're crazy. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But it really gets you going in the morning.
I bet it does. I would, yeah. With my wife being in Colorado right now, and I'm there with a miniature schnauzer. He can't pull me out. I'm afraid I'll get in, have the stupid heart attack, and they'll be like, "Hey, I haven't talked to Mike in a day or two. Where is he?"
He's floating in the water.
He's in the, and that's a horrible thing.
That's your
to have to disclose.
And by the way, don't jump in sweats and all the other stuff because when people do this in there, it's like no.
Oh, why would you jump in with sweats?
Because I don't have no idea.
They want to be warm.
I guess so.
That defeats the purpose, doesn't it?
Well, no, it actually will sink your ass. But anyway, no, you want to do it at dark so nobody can see you.
No, I guarantee you people would look once and then avert their eyes.
Yeah, well, good thing you don't have two stories around you, and neither do I.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. All right, everybody, make it a great day. Thanks for being here. We really appreciate you. If you need anything or have any questions, reach out to us. If you have something you want us to talk about, text us, let us know.
Questions.
If you got a unique property you want to talk about in our area or even in someplace else, hit us up. We'll throw it on.
Get a hold of us. Yeah, we'd be happy to do it.
Yeah, because unique properties will sell, and that's the thing about right now. We need to get back to your basics of marketing. Getting back to, I don't know if you knew this, but for every 100 people you have in your database, you're supposed to be closing one deal a month from every 100.
Yep, that's what they say.
But if you don't reach out to them, if you don't call them,
they don't know that you're still in the business.
Well, not only that, they just don't understand. Yes, I know it's like, but they might know somebody they haven't thought about, but since you called, they're like, oh, we were just about ready to.
Well, right now, Thanksgiving, they just were around a bunch of family members that probably some of them live close. Some they probably don't talk to for years until Thanksgiving hits. And then boom. Oh yeah, my wife and I have decided now is the time to buy a property.
Yeah. We're moving back.
We
just can't stand the cold now.
Yeah. We'll wait till Texas. People from Texas are leaving in droves.
Well, the tax rate, all the other stuff that nobody really explained to them. Whatever. Oh, by the way, did you know that the first sign of divorce is the eye roll in a marriage?
Did you get any of that this week?
No,
neither did I.
I mean, her eyes rolled in the back of their head, but that was something else.
That turkey was so good.
Yeah, that's what it was. I haven't been called turkey in years. All right, everybody, make a great day before we get in. Get into trouble.
We all get into trouble. No, because I live there. I'll go right with it. Make it a great day.
All right.
See you all tomorrow.
That's right. Be good.